Guys, here's the good old boy doing what the good old boy does best. Check it out. Towing horses. I know you guys don't get to see too much of this side of things because I'm usually at the shop doing stuff, but today we're hauling the mail, baby. We got two nice ladies loaded up. All butts right there. Coming over to the farm. So as you guys may or may not know, Carla is a professional trainer. She trains horses, and she's got a whole bunch. We do a whole bunch of stuff with horses. That's the good old boy's real purpose in life, and it also hauls ass on its spare time. Putting a little air in this tire, we're pumping it up a little bit more, and then we're gonna take these bad girls home. Just figured I'd share a little bit for you. Fun stuff. And just like that, the new torque converter is here. So if you guys didn't see the last video, we threw a torque converter in and it didn't make the difference that we wanted. And I want to give a little shout out to these guys because they are A1 in my book as far as customer service and responsibility. The way that they stand behind their product has given me a sense of confidence that I think any decent company should do for you. So this is coming from Boss Hog, which is ACC Performance. You can see right here, if you want to get the same thing in your car, hit them up. Tell them you saw this video and let them know that you appreciate what they did for me and you want them to do the same for you. You want to get something cool. So this is the new converter we're going to be putting in. Obviously, it's from Boss Hog. This is a Street Bandit model. Much smaller. Look at that. Way smaller. So this is like a 9 or 10 inch converter. I can't remember exactly, but it's a much smaller unit than the other one. The other converter weighed 45 pounds or so. Let's weigh this one and see what it weighs. It was a 48 pounds wet, had fluid in it. So let's see what this one weighs. I'm gonna take it out right now. Here we can see we got it on a scale, 24 pounds, 7 ounces. So 24 and a half pounds, under 25 pounds. It's probably gonna be like 26 pounds wet with fluid in it. That's a huge difference. We're talking almost half the weight. We're taking 20 pounds off of the rotating mass, and that's also moving the weight in further. So we're actually gonna gain from the closer center of gravity from this. Instead of the converter being out here, all that weight out here, it's going to be in tighter. This is kind of the same thing as doing like a twin disc clutch on a car, which I think I have one sitting around. I can kind of show you what that looks like too. It's kind of the same type of thing. Here we go. Here's one. You can see much smaller center of gravity and less weight. So same type of response. We're going to get more responsive engine. We're going to free up some horsepower that the motor was already making. We're going to get more to the ground. And on top of that, we're going to put this motor in its power band as we're accelerating. So this converter is rated for a little more RPM. So as you saw in the last video, we were only getting almost stock RPM out of that converter. So this one should be able to get us closer to that 2,000 or higher RPM stall. So that's going to help us get out of the hole. So either way, we're going to get this thing mounted up and then we'll see how she does. But hell, 24 pounds. Again, big shout out, Boss Hog Converters. Nelson, the owner, spoke with me on the phone. Super smart guy, obviously knows his craft really well, and he immediately understood what I needed for this car. So I highly recommend dealing with them at this point. Let's get this thing in the car and see just how good his work is. Okay, up she goes. Time to go back in. All right, so So we got our tachometer in, which is awesome. You can see with the 373 gears at around 55 to 60 miles per hour, we're cruising at around 3,000 RPM. So not the most cruise-friendly gear, I'll say that, but it's definitely worth it for like the stoplight fun. But this is about as fast as I'm ever gonna go in this car around here, so not too worried about it. And then eventually when we have the overdrive tranny in, that'll cut down on it a lot. But I'm really liking it. The way this stuff is working together so far is really good. The torque converter feels great so far. Nothing weird. I'm gonna do another 0 to 60 test up here in a little bit, so just stay tuned and we'll see how she does. But otherwise, everything is working really good. I'm really stoked on this tack. I think it looks great. A lot better than that blank block-off plate that was there from the factory. But okay, so when we get to the test area, we'll do another 0 to 60 and see if we can do a little better. 0 to 60, let's see what she can do. All right, let's see if we can do any better. Nice, 7.5. That's pretty good. Almost knocked a half a second off of our 0 to 60. That was not bad. We'll do one more run just to back it up and see. But I'm so far, I'm impressed. That's feeling good. All right, another attempt. Here we go. Go 7.5 again. That's nice. Man, I'll take that. Another benefit of these really lightweight torque converters is the revs. Man, it's just look how snappy this rev is. That's nice. So definitely keep that in mind. It definitely wakes the entire setup up. Obviously, we're getting more to the ground. As you can see, our 0 to 60 time dropped 4/10. I'll take that. So we're getting closer to that 6 range. That's what we want. And I got one more trick up my sleeve that I think is going to get us right to the cusp. We'll see. You know, I forgot to show you guys one more thing. It's not really a huge performance modification, but it's just something I wanted to do. I got this cool air cleaner that has dual snorkels, so we're just piping there to run cool air. I really don't think it gave us too much power at all, especially considering that before we were running a completely open element, and now it's a sealed like box, so there has to be some restriction there. And I might actually try this run again with that off, because I'm sure on a cooler day without getting hot, it's actually going to drop that time even further. And maybe we'll see a full half second off of that 0 to 60. So we're right at that point, and I figured that's what I was expecting, a half a second faster. So we're getting it, and you can see it's hooking nice. We got the drag radials, we got the torque converter. This is a stock 305, guys. This is a stock, non-high performance, non-HO, or it's a low output 305. It's a little truck engine. And, 0-60 in, close to 6 seconds, we're getting there. I think that's pretty good for a stock 305. You can't really expect too much more. So anyway, the next thing we're going to be doing on this, I know I said I got a trick up my sleeve. It's not really a trick. The next thing we're going to be doing is a set of headers. I'm just going to throw a set of long tubes on, I think. And that'll be like really the first engine performance mod for this. And that's the only thing I'm probably going to do to this 305, because I really don't want to put any money into it. Everything so far has been low budget. This torque converter was actually really, really, really decent for the money, especially Boss Hog. Again, I can't say enough. I know that they're not the most expensive converter on the market, and I know they're not the highest level that you can get on the market. There's no billet plates or anything like that, but let me tell you, dude, it works. That's the best I can tell you. You saw me, we put it in, took it down the road, and it works. We'll see how it does longevity wise, but I'm not expecting any problems at this point. Everything's smooth as butter, went in as it should, feels as it should, does what it should. Stall was on the launch was right around 2300 RPM. That's the sweet spot for this thing. You can hear it when it gets up on that converter. Just, it's nice, solid. We just don't have any power. Remember, this thing is like 150 horsepower. It's not much at all. And I might throw it on the dyno next before we do headers, just so that I can see if we get in any gains. We'll prove the gains. But either way, that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoy the El Camino. This is like, you know, Cletus has his like badass drag mullet. This is like a mini mullet, I guess is the best way to put it. So hopefully you guys like it. I know it's not as fast as the other guys out there, but I'm trying to do something more relatable, something that you guys might want to do at home, and putting the parts on it that I think most people would probably pick up themselves. So either way, I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys are enjoying it. El Camino.